Hey friends, it's Joe from DadBod. Today is day 113 of your program. Surprise, I'm back. And we have a 2-mile recovery walk to work off that half marathon. It's around 66 degrees in Tokyo, which is absolutely lovely, and it's 5:20 in the morning. So let's get to work. Maybe. It's so cool. It's 5:20, it's still dark out. Oh, let's start our thing. Boop, 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 boo. Boo, doop, boop, boo. So how y'all feeling? So,
begin workout.
Oh, thanks. So, I thought about, ending things cold after that half marathon, but I don't know, I wasn't ready to work out on my own yet. I needed some friends. And I thought, let's do it together. I mean, first of all, first Monday back after a half marathon. Gross, right? I'm sure you got something that's a little bit uncomfy right now, so when you see Monday, you're probably not feeling it. But I thought it'd be good to hang out, process the journey as a whole, really talk about what our next is, what my life looks like right now, what it might be in the future, and where you're going. So I was like, I could put a GoPro back on my head. Now what I'm not gonna do is film tomorrow's workout and Wednesday's run, and I'm gonna shelf that for a little bit because I've made it through editing 8 weeks of this program. I gotta focus on the last 8 weeks and possibly make an app. I'm thinking about it. Right now we're hosting everything in a Google Classroom, which I think for the initial journey is adequate, but the more I think about it, it'd be really helpful if this was all centralized in an app, or at a minimum, like at least a web-based application that looks well on, or looks nice on a phone. But friends, 13.1 miles, that's crazy. In case you're curious, we should probably be walking, so that's what I'm doing. Now, I probably could run, but we're gonna be super mellow today to recover. And this week, what I would say is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you still gotta get out on your legs. Because what happens is we do something hard. Maybe you went a little too hard. Maybe something's a little bit off, right? Our natural tendency is to just be like, check the box. We did it. Everything's sore and uncomfy. Let's sit down. Let's lay down. Let's immobilize. Let's potato it. We've earned the potato. No, you haven't. You're just getting started, friends. Yes, you might have relief from the journey that we mapped out and did, but you need to immediately transition, or you're just gonna backslide. And you gotta tell yourself that Saturday or Sunday, as much of an accomplishment, as much of a challenge as it was just another day, right? It was every other workout we've done for a long run, just a little longer. Now the only difference to be mindful of, I'm a little winded. The only difference to be mindful of is you did a long run on a Saturday or Sunday as opposed to a Monday, right? So your rest recovery work is a little bit inverted. So that's the only thing I want you to be careful of, especially on tomorrow's lifts. You can't go too hard tomorrow. Even today, this is a little tricky for me. Stairs are not comfy yet. Whew. I hate this straight. I miss my river. It's so loud and abrasive. I hate car noises, dude. I mean, I don't mind them in general. It's just like when I want to walk and have clarity of thought. It's distracting. All right. And I'm still wearing my crappy pair of shoes from the run. I really got to scrap these things because they're starting to become unbalanced. So that might be something you need to look at, right? You've put easily like 200 miles on your shoes. So it's probably time. I find that I can only use one set and train up for 1 half marathon. Sometimes 2 if I get aggressive with it. But friends, no matter how hard you worked on Sunday, you have not unlocked the legendary potato mode, okay? You'll never unlock potato mode. You just gotta keep doing the right things every day. Your body doesn't work that way. Rest is important, recovery is important, and active movement and stretching are all part of rest and recovery. Did you know that? Not Netflix and chill for 2 weeks. So that's why I'm here. Boom, Monday. I'm back. I'm back with you because this Monday workout is difficult. All right, so if we do a body check for me, personally, where I landed, I had a birthday party the same day, not for me, but for a kid's birthday party the same day as the half marathon. It was at like this long, sprawling Japanese mall with lots of walking between locations. I was dying. Well, where I had the most discomfort, and part of it's just due to like challenges with training, right? I couldn't get the 11 mile, couldn't get the 12 mile, still had to jump up to the 13.1. And it really felt like I never did the 10 mile because COVID took that from me. So I had the most discomfort in feet. My right ankle kind of felt the impact afterwards. Adrenaline carried me on it, right? I think I complained about some discomfort in maybe the last 2 to 3 miles. But I can run on a sore ankle. I'm used to it. But even right now, they started off sore, and actually now that I'm half a mile in, I'm like, things are loosening up. This is nice. The other area of concern, and the reason it's concern is because it's new, so I don't really know how to stretch it or strengthen it. On my right knee, there's some discomfort under or like below the inner side of the knee. So like if you have your 2 legs like on this side of the leg, just under, and it kind of pulls down to the shin a little bit. But like I've tried rubbing it out, and it's not like a muscle I can find. I don't know if it's inside the knee, like if it's a tendon thing. Felicia's like, maybe it's your meniscus. I was like, I don't know. I don't really know how to rehab a meniscus. So, you know, it's just an area where I push pretty hard. There's some discomfort there. So I feel it most when I lift my leg higher, like up towards 90 degrees. Like going down steps, totally fine. Going up steps, I feel discomfort. So actually when we're walking up that overpass, that was pretty tough for me. So those are really the 2 things. My back held up exceptionally well during that run. And I kind of talked about it, even though it's okay if you didn't listen to a 4-mile video or 4-hour video. My core and lower back held up very, very well. Like the best they ever have for a run, ever. Like it was great. And I mean, I don't know if you saw a couple times, like I still hit the deadlifts, man. But that was one thing that I think really saved me on that run, was I was able to get a good moderate tilt, hold core, and I was able to sustain that at pace for the first 9 miles. And then those last 4 miles, I started to have a lot of fatigue in that, so to hold good form was hard. So like I started feeling more loading on my calves and shins. Like I just started running with slightly wonky form near the end. I went from the like good form run to like get through it run. Still safe, but not optimal. So yeah, my only discomforts in the half marathon are ankle, foot, and knee, really. Back, abs feel pretty well recovered. Like no significant issues. So I'm back on Monday. Now, you might be a little worse off because it's your first one, right? Training to your first one's hard. But again, you haven't earned potato mode, and potato mode doesn't serve you. What serves you is right now, first Monday after your work, getting out on your feet and moving safely. You know, and I'm doing 2 miles, maybe you do a mile, but you have to get active every day again. And you just want to go light Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because you had such a hard workout Saturday without a really nice long recovery, right? You just had your Sunday off, or if the run was Sunday. If your run was Sunday, then Monday definitely go light today. Shouldn't be running. Don't walk that far. Make Monday recovery-esque. But this workout serves two purposes. It's a closeout for people that have done the half marathon training program, for us to talk mindset, for us to talk future, for us to connect, kind of zero things out, and make sure you don't backslide and lose progress. And then for those who are maybe doing the DadBod full marathon program, assuming I get to that point someday, this is kind of the start of your week 17, where week 17's like looking at, you just did a half marathon race, like you timed that out, and now you get to kind of recover. You'd want to have a dip in mileage and then start to ramp up. So here's Coach Joe's master recommendation for you for this week, because I'm not going to record all these things, so you have to do it yourself. You have to take initiative for your journey beyond me, and there's nothing that stops you from still playing any of these videos, from the moose lifts to the running content, to have that extra accountability. You know, you can still comment on the videos, I'll still see it. You can still drop on a live and say hello. I still want to be part of your life and your journey. But what I would recommend, keep the same rhythm, even though there are days you don't like of this program. If you're like me, you dread and hate fartleks. Keep the same exact rhythm, and maybe lock that for like 5 weeks, okay? Even though some of you are immediately ready for change, or maybe going back to the way you used to do stuff. I don't know, just stretch it a little bit. Just tell yourself you were just getting going with that half marathon. And for this first week, what I think would be good is for every run, the Monday run, the Wednesday run, which is your recovery, and your Friday run, which is the fartlek, make each of those a recovery walk or a recovery jog, all at 2 miles. Don't go farther than 2 miles this week, because again, you loaded up your mileage, so you don't need to do that. It's too much. And this is what I plan on doing, right? Now for your Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, which is when you normally have Moose Lift ABC, do Moose Lift ABC. you can still throw some weights around. Where you need to be careful is anywhere that may have been, nice twist, anywhere that may have been overworked during the half marathon, because you find that when you're going that far on distance, especially if you're not perfectly conditioned for it, which I don't think any of us in DadBod will ever be perfectly conditioned for a run, right? There's always something that's a little slippy, a little creaky or poppy, right? That there might be something you do need to back off on. So maybe, for instance, if we're doing RDLs or Romanian deadlifts, and coming out of the half marathon, your form started to slip, and you do have compression on your lower back, and it's sore. I don't want you trying to do an RDL with the same weight you were on for week 15 or 16, because that's not what it's about. Like, if you have no back issue, sure, you can do that, but you want to actually lighten it up. That's a new house. They put that in over the course of those 16 weeks of us running. It was a dirt plot. I don't know how. But in Japan, they build homes exceptionally fast. It's really quite incredible. There's a lot of like ways that walls and stuff come together. They like Lego it sometimes. But oh yeah, so for the strength workout, sorry, I got distracted. For the strength workout, like, I would suggest going to the very first week of this program, like the week, not week 0, week 1. Do Moose Lift 1A, Moose Lift 1B, Moose Lift 1C. There's 2 reasons for it. I mean, the Moose lifts from blocks 1, 2, 3, and 4 got harder, and they got different. And I want you to go and do those first weeks of the workout and just see the progress you've made, because you're going to see it a lot more directly, even though you've been able to see it indirectly from like block to block, like we always do push-ups, so you can kind of tell that. But that first week was really hard for a lot of us. There's a lot of things we weren't used to doing, a lot of movements that weren't natural. Like, you'll hear me coaching form a lot the first week so that we could be prepped to be able to run safely with good core compression, tuck tailbone, gentle lean. I chat through that the first week of the program. So it's just like a validation that the journey has been fruitful for you. You have a changed physique, even if the aesthetics aren't there. Because if we're honest, maybe the aesthetics will never be there if you're in your 30s or 40s. Maybe you just got to work with what you got. Maybe some of you will, right? You'll figure it out with food. You'll figure it out with your routine, and you'll get just absolutely cut. Power to you, go get it. Maybe that'll be me someday. Maybe someday I'll have a fit DadBod. But for those of us who don't, we need to find other ways to measure progress. And the reason I want you to do it is so you can lock in the mindset that 16 weeks did something for you. Because if you don't, you're gonna lose your why. So I'm talking because of the traffic. Stairs. This is good though. It's a little bit looser from this stairwell than the other one. It's still tight on the knee. It's just the knee, really. Pew pew. Nice little trottle. So that's why I want you to work through Moose Lift 1A, 1B, 1C from the very first week, and then do your 2 miles recovery runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is your Monday. Because after doing a race like that, you have to jump right in. If you don't jump right in, you're gonna stop doing hard things. You're maybe gonna stop for a couple days, take a week off, sleep in, take another week off, get busy with other crap, have this like relief of, oh, I get all this time back now. Oh, I don't have to keep doing that hard stuff. You get comfy. And I'm serious, like within 3-4 weeks, you can lose so much endurance, muscle mass, but the biggest thing you're losing is discipline. And it's hard to snap back into it. And for some of you, you did all this work, you'll slip to those 3 weeks and you won't snap back in. Because you'll find that that short-term comfort, that relief from it being over, you'll sip from that cup, and what you're really choosing is discomfort and pain later, because all your issues are going to start returning. You're going to put some weight back on, you're going to start feeling more impact when you move around, you're going to start sweating when you walk up the stairs again, the lower back's going to start hurting again in the morning, right? It all will come back if you don't steward your body every day. Even with a rest day. Rest day is steward, but it's a day. It's not 3 weeks. OG-san's out here working, right? So are you. Wow, gozaimasu. So, you gotta show up for yourself. You gotta pick up your cane and go. How gozaimasu. Like, big temptation last night. Big temptation for me. I was like, because I stayed up like, not too late, but I had fun. I was playing music with some friends. They left and I was like, yeah, I want to keep playing music. Closed up the house around 10:30. Chatted with my wife for a little bit. Then it gets to that time where I was like, do I want to just sleep in and wake up natural and see where things land? You know, get some bonus rest, make the kids breakfast. Like, it all felt surface level. Like, oh yeah, treat yourself. That seems like a great way, great cherry on top. And I just had like this little edge in me of like, you sure about that? Maybe you should still set that 4:30 a.m. alarm, Joe. How gozaimasu. Maybe you should still start progressing towards that blue bridge that's given you such a good target. And it was like, and maybe Joe, maybe you still need a crutch because you haven't figured out live streaming, how to talk and run. So why don't you just bring the group along for an extra day?
Total time 22 minutes and 25 seconds. Split pace 22 minutes 25 seconds per mile.
Nice. Get a couple deadlifts in. Oh, real low. So that's why we're here, friends. Waking up on Monday sucks after something like that. Committing to the journey, beyond the journey, is hard. But nothing's ever been easy in this program. How gozaimasu. Morning. Nothing's ever been given in this program. You've had to claim your progress and your journey. You've had to choose to value yourself and say that you're worth it. You've had to care for yourself so that you have the capacity to care for other people. And you've had to do that consistently for 112 days to complete that half marathon. And in many ways, that half marathon's a magic moment. But in many ways, the half marathon is just another day, right? Like, after I did that half marathon, I came home, I took a shower. Well, that was a big moment for me to get to run with that runners club and have that community and to complete that goal. Like, I came home and my wife was tired. She was watching the kids for 4 hours. So I took my shower, took a hot bath, took a shower, made a like triple batch of recovery drink. And I was on my feet for, I don't know, 2.5 hours, watching the kids, playing around with them, letting my wife take a nap because she was shot because she's pregnant. You know, then I took a mini nap and we woke up and we're rushed to get to this birthday party, walking around a mall shopping for a present, going to another mall to have the party. Like, to my wife and kids, it was just another day. So I can't like finish that accomplishment and think I'm gonna get paraded through my house. Nope. How guess I was. I had to do that journey for me and know that it makes me better. It was in some ways like a cherry on top for the journey for me. And now I'm like, what's my next journey? Because I can't go back to the Joe I was. The Joe that wakes up in pain. Because I hate parenting my kids from a posture of pain and discomfort. I'm impatient, I'm grumpy. And it's not their fault that dad's back hurts, so he doesn't want to run and play, right? It's my fault. I gotta do something about it. So it's kind of the same with you, friends. Great work, it's over. Wake up and kick butt. Today is another day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2-mile run or walk, depending on what's crinkling in your body. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, moose lift 1A, B, and C. For 1A and 1C, sorry, 1A and 1B, you can drop the weight out a little bit for areas that are sore. So for instance, if you go to a squat or a lunge, don't overcommit, but work into that range of motion. You got to lengthen those muscles again that are really tight. You got to stretch the rubber band, and it's uncomfy. That's normal. Every workout's uncomfy. Waking up early is uncomfy. But then my plan, this is Joe beyond the program. This is for me, and I've told you this, but I'm repeating because I feel like some of you are still trying to slip into, oh, we did it, let's be done. No. And I say no because I've done that and it sucks. It's way easier to just keep hitting it. You gotta just keep hitting it. You gotta keep catching sunrises. All right? You're not done. You're done when you're dead. This is a part of you now. And if you don't have an alternate program you like Beachbody or something else you found online, or maybe even a program you build for yourself on a spreadsheet, which is all I did, by the way. I literally took a spreadsheet at the top, did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then all the way down laid out 16 weeks because that's a good target. And then I counted my distance back from 13.1 miles, and then I rotated in strength workouts, and Moose curated all those, but I asked him for 4 blocks, which he did an exceptional job curating. But you can do the same. You can swap different exercises in and out. Have a plan before the week starts, or you will slide back. And moving back into it, so much harder. But this workout's great because you're setting the tone. You're saying, I wake up, I put on my shoes, I go to the location that I do the doing, I then do the doing, and I come back and shower, and I'm a dad or mom or whatever you are. Post person. Whatever you do for a living, right? So my plan, I'm gonna do this week as a dip, a recovery, 3 runs at 2 miles each, 3 moose lifts, work that block 1 time, Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Just wasn't expecting a dude up there. a little nervous. And then my plan for the next Monday, for the next week, I'm gonna do my workouts in 4-week blocks. So on the first Monday, 5 miles, which is a nice dip from 13, so it's totally doable. Right, 6 would be doable, but 5 I'm gonna get like a time advantage. I'll be able to knock that out in about an hour and 15 minutes. And then the following week 6, following week 7, following week 8. So it's just 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, ba da da da. I'm just gonna keep looping that for Monday. And then for the rest of the program, I'm going to keep the runs the same as they were weeks 14, 15, 16. Sorry, weeks 13, 14, 15, and 16, I'll keep the other runs the same. So all my recovery runs will be on Wednesday. They'll all be 2 miles, because that's where I'm at. All my fartlicks will be 2.5 miles. Probably variable interval now, because it is harder for me. And then for all the lifts, though, I'm gonna do the first block of the program. So I'm gonna do Moose lifts 1A, B, and C, and repeat that for 4 weeks while I increase the runs 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the next time I do 5, 6, 7, 8, it'll be Moose block 2, A, B, C. 5, 6, 7, 8. Moose block 3, A, B, C. 5, 6, 7, 8. Moose block 4, A, B, C. And I'll just keep looping those. And then maybe after that I'll make my own program, like my own lifting schedule. It's been great working with Moose. I've learned a lot from the man. And maybe I'll try to take some of the lifting training wheels off, do some of my own research, and see if I can find a rhythm. I like a lot about how he's laid it out. I think it's been very helpful. I think for me, with some of like my slippy shoulder or other things, there are other exercises I could rotate in to really help me sustain and grow some of those areas. So I might build my own stuff out. And my current plan is all of the lifts I will live stream on Twitch and TikTok so that I have the accountability to do it. The runs are harder. I want to learn how to live stream those because I think it would help me, but it's just too complicated right now with everything else going on. I gotta edit the videos and get the program out. So that's kind of my big like red flag for Joe. Is Joe actually gonna wake up on Monday and go run 5, 6, 7, 8 miles when nobody's watching? Because with this program, I've had somebody watching. I've had accountability. That's why I felt it when I was on vacation in Kyoto and couldn't go run. I was like, oh, everyone else isn't seeing me run. And that's why I was able, and that's not the only why, but it was a why of why I was able to show up in Sapporo and do that fartlek, even though that fartlek was so hard. And then I added on a mile walk to try to get myself right. Sorry, I got some hiccups. Oh no. But that's my plan. And my plan could be totally the same as yours. And maybe for the runs, I do have a Discord. Oop, hiccup. Oh no, this is gonna be terrible. How do you cure the hiccups? Maybe I should just start running. If I start running and wheezing, I can't hiccup because I'm gasping. Or no, it'll just make it worse. But maybe I could use my Discord. I have like I think it's called Swole Mates. Maybe I'll change that to DadBod. But I could just use that for accountability, post my runs, and use the live streams. For me, accountability really helps. But you still need an internal why. You can't put all the responsibility on accountability. You could put a piece of it, which is, I mean, that's one of the reasons I threw the headset on today. For me to have it, to show up on a hard Monday, but for you to have it as well. It's hard for both. How can I moss? Because from what I found in most of my programs that I've done online by other people, you get to the finish, you get to 100 days, you get to day 90 for P90X, and the coach might talk about blah 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 for a little bit, you know, but like there wasn't a day 91 like, hey, we did this, we're still here, we're gonna go off and do our thing, you go do your thing. It was just like, big finish, day 90, whoa, you're so swole now, wah! Over, boom, because they had to keep the workouts a certain length. I don't know, maybe you needed just a tiny bit more real talk. So that's why we're here, because it's hard for me to show up, wake up at 4:30, lace my shoes, and get out here. And it's September, right? Which is great. Oh no. Hey, the knees, I feel the knee still. I still feel it, but it's not as bad. I think some of the other aspects of the legs and stuff are a little bit better off now. So maybe I'm compensating better. Anyway, I feel like I could do these steps in a way that those first blue steps kicked my butt. Forgot what I was saying. But yeah, mutual accountability. I'm here for you. I've been here every day. And training wheels are off, my friend. This is your journey. But if there's an aspect of this that's helpful, keep using it. There's nothing that stops you from training towards a pretend half marathon in 16 weeks and re-looping the whole program. And if some of my lift workouts are too slow because you're busy, you know the drill. Look at the Moose lift tutorials and just run the exercises. Track your reps and get done. You can knock out some of those workouts with stretching if you're focused in like 45 minutes. And you can always, if you're busy, do 1 or 2 sets and bounce. Because 1 or 2 sets, those stairs kicked my butt though. 1 or 2 sets is always better than 0. Right. And with the COVID and vacation, I had quite a few 1 or 2 set workouts. And when I was running that half marathon, I was so thankful that I showed up for me on those and tried. Like the biggest one I was thankful for was the 6-mile run I did. And that was messy. But it pushed me through. So find whatever can push you through. Hopefully at this point in the journey, from like a psychological perspective, you know yourself a little better. You know your tendencies. You know what you do to self-sabotage. You also know where you operate well. Just keep playing your strengths. Keep growing. Keep pushing. I was over here thinking like, oh, I just make a right and I'm at the end point. I was like, no, I'm not. I still gotta walk up this road and up and over the street. I thought I was landing this whole podcast. Nope. Not the safest thing to do. Riding a motorcycle with one hand while texting, while looking at the phone the whole time. It's like, whew. Don't want to judge them though. I mean, if you're good at what you do. Friends, it has been a blessing and a privilege to train with you. over the last 100 and now 13 days. It has changed my life in many ways. It's refined different aspects of my character. It's been exhausting at times. It's been hard, scary. I've had to work through so many doubts and find confidence and courage to do this. And the run on Saturday, like, that was huge for me to truly accomplish what we set out to do, even though it was messy. The first 9 miles were exceptionally smooth. My lungs were carrying me, my body had good posture, I was running safe, I didn't have pain. The last 4 kicked my butt a little bit, but I had what I needed internally to get it done. It was kind of like when I talked about, like, we were finishing our 9-mile run, and I was like, if you had to do the extra 4 miles, you could. That became me. Like, I had to be that example where, like, yes, you can do it, and it might hurt. You might feel these stairs on Monday, but you know what I'm gonna do tomorrow? I'm gonna lift. I'm gonna do my squats or my lunges, my push-ups. Gonna work my lower back. Gonna work my abdominals. And I'm gonna keep going. And so are you. Let me decide it for you. You're going to keep working out. So whatever silly, self-sabotaging potato thoughts are there, go away, potato thoughts. You're not a potato. The way I said that, in my head it sounded like Seinfeld a little bit, but I didn't stretch it enough. You're not a potato. You're a human. So you gotta train like a human with, like, arms and legs and crap. You gotta move and push stuff. You gotta get out of the darkness and into the sunshine. You won't grow extra eyes if you get out into the light, okay? You're not a potato. You're a wonderful, wonderful person. And again, I couldn't be more proud of you and what you've accomplished. That you took a risk on this program. You stayed with it. You accomplished it. But the journey doesn't end here. This is the start for you of a whole new season. You can always lift more. You can always heavy up. You can always run farther. You could always learn, train better. This is the start of a journey for you. And I'm delighted to hear and see where you go. Yeah, hashtag DadBod beyond. Beyond the program. Where are you going? What has this done for you? But I am just so, so proud. And sometimes I say that because some people don't get to hear that from the ones they love, the ones that they know care about them or want to care about them. They never hear that delight of a father over their life, that the person sees them and knows them and rejoices in them. So I give that to you, friends. This program's been love and care and delight in you and who you are and where you're going. For you across the whole journey. It doesn't love just future you. It doesn't hate current you. Just loving you right where you're at. Delighting in you. And maybe you can find that in yourself. Hopefully you've learned how to love and respect and appreciate yourself, to care for yourself, and to continue to take steps forward. So with that, friend, I know yesterday it felt like the end. This is the end for now, unless you're doing the half marathon or the full marathon program. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow once I record stuff a year from now. See you around, friend.